The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, it's Dave here. This is my wife, Kathy.
Hello.
This is the Cinemile, the podcast where we walk home from the movies. Today we're going to a movie called The Smashing Machine.
It's the worst title ever. Oh, it's also a storm has just been through Cork. We're on the tail end of it. You may hear it.
Storm Amy. It's going to be windy, so apologies in advance. Kathy, how are you feeling about this film?
When they say no unnecessary journeys, they don't mean podcasting. You're walking to the movies.
No, do they not know? Well, obviously, a necessary journey is Dwayne Johnson attempting to do a serious A24 film with the director Benny Safdie of the Safdie brothers and in his solo directorial debut.
I've been very intrigued.
That's what Met Aaron specifically are referring to when they're talking about necessary journeys.
When we first saw the trailer, I was watching it and Dave's like, do you recognise that guy? And I was like, no. And Dave said, that's The Rock. I was like, excuse me?
And then I said, excuse me? His name is Dwayne Johnson.
He
should only ever be referred to as such.
Very interested to see him in this type of a serious role. Yeah. I've always found The Rock to be a very good actor. And he's great screen presence. So
is he though?
I'm interested to see him, but he's always in a specific type of role. So I'll be interested to see him in this. It's a surprise turn for The Rock, and I'm interested.
I'm up to here with The Rock. Sick of him. I think there was a period where he was a very welcome, charismatic screen presence who is charming and has a very good natural, I think, on-screen persona.
Yeah.
And I think does have a sort of movie star quality, but it just got real tired real fast over the course of 15 years, where it was
That's not that fast though. 15 years.
Whatever, yeah. It just felt like The Rock is doing his thing again. It's very just like big on-screen, jokey, sexless adventure comedies.
It might not be sexless. It's A24.
I'm not talking about this film.
I know. I'm just saying I would be intrigued to see him in a romantic.
But I'm sorry. I'm describing every Rock movie to this point.
But I'm saying this one could be different.
You're hoping for some sex.
It's
with
not
Emily
that.
Blunt?
I'm interested in seeing him just not be the one character that he always is.
Me too.
So
that's why we're braving a storm to see this movie.
So anyway, no, the storm has actually gone past.
No, it's perfectly safe.
Yeah, the storm's gone past. Yeah. So anyway, we shall watch it, and I don't know what to make of it. Don't know what it's going to be like. It's one of those films I'm going in, I would say, flummoxed.
Well, it's a sports movie, which we like.
We love sports movies.
However, it does look like the boxing movie. I know it's UFC, but it's the boxing movie.
UFC
which
is
we've
a
all
sport.
seen.
I know very little about, and what I do know I find repugnant.
Yeah, so it's a
that
repugnant
may be an
thing,
issue.
and it's a thing. From the trailer, it looks like, and I'm hoping to be proven wrong because I think Benny Safdie is a talented writer director. But
the only thing we know about UFC is Conor McGregor, so we're coming at this real cold.
But what I'm hoping, from the trailer, this does look like all I've ever known how to do is be the smashing machine.
I love films like that.
No, it's the smashing machine. I'm your wife, Emily Blunt, and you can't do another fight. It'll kill you. But I must do the fight.
It can't be that
I'm the
cliched.
smashing machine.
I hope it's not that cliched. Right, we'll see you on the other
Bye.
side.
See you soon.
How do you know Mark Kirk? Oh, we go way back. But he's a buddy of mine.
Come on, baby. Too much?
Never.
Too much?
No.
Please welcome in his Octagon debut, Mark Kirk!
Winning is the best feeling there is. It's 40,000 people, and they're cheering you on. There's no other high like it in the world. No contract, no money?
No money.
Do you have any stronger pain medication?
Advil?
Advil?
Yeah.
Don, would you like
No.
some? They're handing them out like candy. Let's all get in. Everybody get in. Yeah, Don, can you take this picture for us?
Yeah.
What are you thinking at the beginning of the fight?
It's simple. Am I going to hurt him before he hurts me?
Okay, hi, we're back. If it's your first time here at the Cinemile, we won't spoil the movie until we get to Spoiler Street. Kathy, how do you feel about The Smashing Machine?
I feel like it was way too long. I did find myself sighing quite a lot towards the end.
I was sighing
I think it's a good film. I think for me, often with sports movies, and as we mentioned coming in, we love them. Like, I don't need to have a knowledge or an interest in the sport. Like, I love boxing movies, are probably my favorite. I love baseball movies. I'll love a sports movie. I have left this film with no interest in UFC, no interest in like the main character. Like, I feel like I spent a whole film with a character that I actually know really nothing about. I wonder if the film maybe suffered from being based on real events that were like inherently quite dull. I
actually agree.
It was very
but
and I'm still saying
it sounds like it's a real person.
It's
Kathy.
a real person. I'm sure he's a nice man, but like, you know, if someone made a film about me, it wouldn't be interesting either. Like,
yeah.
And
I don't know. I'd watch it.
Well, hopefully you'd watch it. Yeah. But it just it was doing nothing for me. And then the actual scenes with the sport, like the fighting, they made nothing of them. Like, it's not like when you're watching Rocky and there's like 12 rounds and you're gunning for him and you know what's happening and you're super into it. I just felt like I had no connection to the fight scenes. Like, I don't think they were choreographed well. They were showing us multiple fights of like other people fighting that wasn't even our main character, so like I didn't even care to follow them. There was no real like kind of opponent, you know. We'd no Apollo Creed type character in here. I think The Rock's very, very good in it. Like, I'm really impressed by him, and of course Emily Blunt's good. But like, if those two weren't in it, I think we're talking like very good TV movie.
Oh God.
That's like, I'm just being honest about my opinion. And some elements of it really good, but like, I do think this film's really only for UFC fans. And we'll get to it on spoilers, read the ending, which we both literally laughed out loud at. I just like I was kind of with the film, and then I just really doze off and come back into it and be like, oh God, nothing's happened. And like, there's some elements around their relationship that were kind of interesting to explore, but it just totally lacked momentum. It lacked a vision for me of like, where are we going? What's the big fight? What are we building up to? All the elements I'd expect in a sports movie like that. I know he never felt like an underdog. Like, just none of it came together for me. And I never felt like he really needed to win either, do you know? So, yeah. Dave, what did you think of this film?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with all that. I think the key thing is this film isn't a sports film. It's a biopic.
It's not a sports film.
It's not a sports film. All the things you described. If you tell me sports film, what do I want from a sports film? I want an underdog. I want, you know, rags to riches. I want, as you said, a fierce rivalry. This is not. This is
none of those.
This is a quiet, relatively intimate portrayal of quite an introverted man who was at the cusp of a sport that was about to emerge. And really, the movie is about him learning to cope with his relationship with the sport and winning and losing. And there's something interesting there, and I think Benny Safdie certainly presents. He has I know this is his first solo directorial debut, but I've seen Uncut Gems. I saw The Curse that he did with Nathan Fielder. He's got this definitely like this style, this sort of 70s-esque sort of. I know it's set in the 90s, but it's kind of this like.
Could have been the 70s though.
It's got that sort of grimy, gritty. It's very down to earth and very. The camera's always just behind his shoulder, and you're always following him everywhere. it spends a lot of time just following him around the halls of the whatever stadium he's in, around shopping centres, around his home. You're very it's very grounded. It's very.
It's like it's too grounded.
Real.
You know?
Yeah, it's and then you've got this sort of dreamy sort of synthy sort of jazz score floating in and out. So it's not you're dead right. It's not, there's no momentum here. It's not propulsive. It didn't grab me. I was bored for extended periods of it. So I realized towards the end, I was like sighing as well and being like, when is this movie going to end? And it's funny because it's only about 2 hours. And we saw one battle after another last week, which was 2 hours and 40, and felt like 90 minutes.
This
it felt like
twice as long.
This was a punish.
I'm like, where are we going? Like I kept waiting for the plot to kick in.
There isn't.
There's no
see, that's the thing.
story.
This isn't plot driven. This is vibes and moments.
And it's not character driven because, honest to God, I've come away from the film and I'm like, I know nothing about that man. Like, I truly know nothing about him.
There's a moment where this isn't really a spoiler.
Like, I know things that happened to him, but I don't know about him as
I
a
agree.
person.
There's a moment where this isn't a spoiler, but it does happen towards the second half. And Emily Blunt says to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, we'll talk about both of them in a minute, but her character says, "You don't know anything about me."
I know.
And I thought what
really
you just said.
resonated.
I thought, yeah, I don't know anything about you either. I don't really know anything about this guy.
I thought I don't know anything about either of you. And you're the two main characters.
But
and look,
let's talk
let's
about
just say one's wearing a lot of prosthetics, one's had a lot of facial work done. There wasn't much facial movement from either character in the film.
Okay, I've got to say
that does, I think, impede. It doesn't help when the script isn't telling us who they are, when the actors' faces aren't moving. Like, it's all very stilted, I would say, albeit I think they're both very good. I just couldn't connect with them. Like,
I didn't connect with them, but I don't think that's the fault of Dwayne Johnson or Emily Blunt. I actually think they both did some really fine work here. And I got to say, I guess the thing that is the big draw for this film is can Dwayne Johnson do serious acting? We know he can be the movie star guy, and he's kind of he's just become this brand now, and I think I give credit to him for moving outside of that, for doing something different, and I think
he's really good.
He's good, and I think he's up to the task. I thought he was very good in this.
I do, but then I thought as I was watching it, okay, he's doing a great job, and he's like very underplaying it compared to how he normally presents himself.
Yeah, and it is very different. It's different. Very different. I didn't see Dwayne Johnson here.
No, but he also had a lot of prosthetics.
No, I know, but even then, I felt like his mannerisms. You know, he's like when you go to see The Rock in a thing, he's just doing his thing.
I agree. I think he's really good.
Doing something
However,
different.
To me, if Dwayne Johnson really wants to flex, he should not be playing a wrestler. Like, yeah, like. He's even more buff than normal. It's like, can you just tone it down and just like I'm not suggesting that he should alter his body shape for films, but like
he's huge in this movie.
Can he just be in a film where he's like clothed and isn't a wrestler or isn't like in the Fast and the Furious? You know what I mean?
This is a huge flex. UFC is very different to wrestling, except that Mark Kerr was a wrestler.
I just want to see him in a movie where he's not like a huge, his like primary function is like a huge buff guy. So to me, it's not like, yes, he's a good actor.
Now. If you look at him in real life right now, he's slimmed down. He's like literally gone the other way.
I'm not talking about his body. I'm saying the character.
Yeah.
Just be in clothes. And don't be an action star.
In clothes.
Like, cover yourself. Every time he took his clothes off, I was just like, what are we doing here? Do you know?
Yeah.
I think we should go to spoilers for this.
I think
but I don't want to spend I honestly, the weather's terrible, and that film's nearly put me to sleep.
I guess, would you recommend it before we go to spoiler street? I mean, I think
if you like UFC, I'd recommend it.
I don't know. We can't say that.
Only that I think it's like it's trying to do justice to the original, say, founders, for want of a better word.
I wouldn't necessarily. I know nothing about UFC, and neither do you. And if you send someone in.
I can tell that the person who made this film has a deep love and respect for UFC's origins.
But no offense to UFC fans. I think.
I mean, I'm not attracted to it. I'm just saying.
Brutal. I was watching this wincing. I was like, I can't believe this is a real thing. Boxing is already problematic. and then we came along as a species and invented something much
has
worse.
Rules though, like boxing's like
Yeah.
gentleman's
There's
sport
a scene
compared
in
to
this movie, again, this isn't a spoiler, there's a scene in this movie where they're like, okay, we've introduced some new rules. Okay, so 1, no biting. 2, no, I can't remember what they were. It was
no
like
gouging
gouging eyes out.
And
I'm
3,
like,
no kick in the back
Christ.
of the neck. Now the thing is though, that's where I'm like, the origins of the sport were interesting to me. I actually found the kind of finessing of the sport in real time to be an interesting subplot. However, the film never followed that through because we were kind of always just with Dwayne Johnson. So it didn't do that either, because actually that could have been really cool. We didn't get that either. And it seems like it was originally like huge in Japan and then is now global, and that's all very interesting. But again, we got none of that right now. We're going to go to spoilers for The Smashing Machine, a title which was never mentioned in the film. And does anyone call him that? I don't know.
What you want the title of the movie to be spoken in dialogue, because that's the worst.
If that's his name, I want to know it. Like anyway,
you want the end of the movie to be.
No, I just want it to be said at some point in the film, because I don't know why the film's called that. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break and then we shall be back for
Big news. Sephora is now on Uber Eats. So if you find yourself facing a beauty emergency, like needing a last-minute gift, or you're just out of your favorite mascara, again, don't panic. We got you. Order now and get $10 off on Sephora orders of $50 or more on the Uber Eats app. Order now. Offer ends October 30th. 1 order per customer. Additional terms apply. See app for availability. Delivery fees may apply.
spoilers.
Okay, we are back, and there will be spoilers now for The Smashing Machine, which of course they say every 10 seconds in this movie. You have become... Actually, what this movie is, it's not the origin of The Smashing Machine, it's the origin of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, because when he shaves his head in the third act, he becomes Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
The film lost me. Now, when he shaved his head, like, I know the actual original guy presumably did that, so therefore they had to follow, but it was just like The Rock getting a makeover. Now, when I say the film and the story is dull, like, I'm not undermining the fact that, like,
he had a very troubled life, and he was an addict.
It's very impressive that he, like, overcame addiction, right?
Yes.
Hugely impressive. Absolute kudos to him. Like, addiction is a terrible, terrible disease. But the addiction almost felt like, to me, like it was glossed over by the film as well. Like, it just, there was no substance to anything that was, like, I didn't feel that there was enough of the fighting. I didn't feel like there was enough of the addiction. I didn't feel like there was enough of the origins of the sport. I didn't feel like I understood the relationship between himself and Emily Blunt. So it kind of just left me a bit curious about all the elements. Like,
the movie just floats around.
Yeah,
from
the
one
most
to the
powerful
other.
bits were the addiction pieces, and like that was all really interesting. And then it kind of was just all gone. And I don't know. I just like the film kind of ends on a whimper. Now I know in real life he obviously didn't win, and it's based on a real life story. And kind of the point of the film is that.
Yeah, you turned to me and you were like, "Why? I don't care about this guy. What? Like the guy in the final?" And I was like, "Yeah, but." Like, this is what happened. You can't. But the film, you can't.
But he's our protagonist, though. Like, our protagonist has just been knocked out of a fight.
No, but I know, but that's what happened, Kathy.
No,
you can't
I know
change
that's.
real
I'm not
life.
suggesting that they change real life. I'm saying we should have only followed him after. Like, why did it go back and show us a fight about two people that I just don't care about who wins? Like, I didn't care if his friend won or not.
I mean, I actually thought that it was quite interesting what they were doing there. They were contrasting, the Mark who's won versus the Mark that's lost. And they both are experiencing. What's interesting is that Mark Coleman, who won, almost has a come down after the fight, and he's sitting on the sofa, and then it kind of ebbs away, and he's left. The high goes, whereas Mark Kerr is in the shower and he's smiling and laughing,
which made no sense to me either.
No, well, it does. That's the whole thesis of the film, is that he's learned how to lose, that he has become comfortable with losing, and he doesn't need the high anymore. Like, he was an addict before the opioids. He was addicted to winning. That's the opening thing at the beginning. He only spoke about winning. He'd never lost before. So I don't know. I get where you're coming from. But like I don't know.
The way you've explained it to me is better than how the movie explained it to me. I was just like, why is he in the shower laughing?
No, sorry.
I didn't understand what was happening in the scene.
This is all fine to me. What the movie then explains the whole thing about the movie at the end, which was terrible.
I kind of needed it, but
okay, I like the idea of showing the real guy going about his business
like
in
that
2025. That's a nice touch. But then it just kind of kept going, and all this writing kept coming up, just telling us, like, today the sport is worth millions, and they all get paid millions, and then this guy, and everyone knows their names, and everyone loves them. Everyone loves Conor McGregor, renowned, famous Irish person who we all love. They're all celebrities, but nobody knows the name of Mark. Oh no, what did I say? His name is Mark.
It's like, his name is
like,
Mark.
Stop.
Like,
This is so corny.
Like, there's real problems in the world. There's real heroes in the world. Like, this film, it completely overblew itself at the end.
Yeah.
Like, we laughed
It was
out loud.
up its own arse.
This is what I'm saying though, like, for the fans, I'm sure this, like, really matters, and to see this beloved reconstruction of, like, OG fights. Like, I understand the fan perspective on it, but, like, as a non-fan, and again, we have no notions about the sport whatsoever. We've only got negative connotations with it because of the aforementioned Irish man who is renowned for it. Like,
yeah, but by the way, if anyone doesn't understand sarcasm, we all hate Conor McGregor here.
He's
a
he's a
disgusting human
nationally
being.
loathed figure. But this film did nothing to warm me to the sport, and I feel like the film was trying to be like, look, these are the men on whose backs the sport was built. It's
exactly.
like, well, I'm sure the world would be a better place if the sport didn't exist. Like,
Yes,
it's
it
like
would.
Barbaric. So,
Exactly.
And like, I'm not dissing anyone who enjoys watching it. Like, I know people enjoy watching sports. Like, I have no problem with that. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's not even like a league of their own where you're like, this is so amazing. Like, the first female baseball tournament while all the men were away at war. Like, that's such a fascinating time in history.
100%.
Like, this is not interesting. Like, it's just inherently not interesting.
This is just a guy who had a normal. This is I think he seemed like he came across like a very nice man.
He came across a lovely man.
And I gotta say that, and he seems like a nice man.
And the toxic relationship was interesting in the sense that, like, we often see depictions of addiction on screen, and we always see depictions in two really extreme ways, I think, where the person's in, like, total detriment and squalor, like no one to help them, or they're like kind of more this end of it, like a middle class person with good money who's got like very supportive partner. Where this film was interesting was, like, at first we thought he had the very supportive partner, and then actually they were in an incredibly toxic relationship, and their dynamic was very, very unhealthy for him as he tried to get sober. Because she said something which was so interesting, which was like, I liked when he needed me and I was looking after him. And I thought, oh my god, that's such an interesting nugget, that might actually be how some people feel if they were kind of looking after their partner and then the partner becomes like very independent. And that could be a real feeling, and I'm sure it has been identified in Partners of Addicts. But then the film kind of just threw all that away as well. But like, there were nuggets in there, all right, that were like very, very interesting. So we're not shitting on the film. Like, I would by no means say it's a bad film.
I found their arguments were very interesting and relatable. I could kind of see both of their perspectives.
Yeah, there's no
like,
villain in the relationship.
No, exactly. And they were both. But what's interesting is all their arguments. It felt very human because all the arguments started very small. Mm-hmm. And it's always something like, you know, you didn't trim my cactus plant.
And then she goes, whatever. You'd make a great father.
Yeah, it's all like, the little...
I don't want to have kids. And yeah, that all felt like very, like, for sure, very realistic.
There was another great bit as well where she makes him the wrong... I felt like we've been here.
Oh, yeah.
She makes him the... I think couples will identify a lot of this. She makes him the smoothie, which is a nice gesture. But she uses the wrong milk.
He's like, I take full fat milk now.
And then they're so kind of nice. They're trying to be so nice about it. And he throws out the smoothie and makes another one. Sits down.
But so wasteful.
And then he goes, "Thank you for making my smoothie. I really appreciate it."
But that's why it felt like we never really got to know them, because they were either being like really, really polite to each other, or they were like screaming, and he was breaking down what we're convinced are like cardboard doors.
Lads, the doors in that house are actually no. When someone, if you're listening to this years from now, and for some reason you own The Smashing Man on Blu-ray or something, or you just and you can pause it when he breaks that door in the first, because I swear it's literally cardboard inside it.
Like,
I know what cardboard looks like.
There's a point when she
the door is cardboard.
You're my big strong man, and I laughed at that as well. I just thought, lads, what are we doing here? For ages I thought, why is Emily Blunt in this film? But she finally got to show her chops like right in the end when her character had a complete breakdown.
Oh, that was quite sad.
And I finally justified her being in the role, because I was like, why are they paying her Emily Blunt money to be like in this total background chick role? Anyway, look, I'd love to know what our listeners think about it, because I think some people are really going to like this film and they might think we're being a little bit harsh on it. And I think the main problem is...
I think it's totally fine.
It's when a film just bores me this much.
Yeah, I was really bored.
And
it
there's
just
so
didn't
much
grab.
in here, like it should be better. And I am just kind of laying... I'm just going to lay the fault down on unfortunately, the same person. I would say the director and the writer, but I believe they're the same person here.
Yeah.
I just think he loads to go with and he blew it, and I'm sorry.
I just don't know. Maybe I don't know what the backstory is. We didn't read up on it, but maybe it feels like Benny Safdie read his book, maybe, and was kind of taken with it, and maybe it's a bit inspirational.
Yeah, for sure.
And then was taken with this man and this character and how he's this nice man that kind of didn't get the life. It was the life not taken.
Yeah.
There's kind of something in that, but this has all been done better with that documentary. Anvil, the story of Anvil, which is the same thing.
I feel like this could have been better as a
far
documentary.
more interesting.
Yeah, actually, this could have been better. Like, I would have liked to see the original footage as opposed to just the reconstructed footage. And I like how soft-spoken he was for like such a big guy. Like, that's surprising, and he's like very nice, and like, I'm sure he's a nice person and he's happy this film made. So no shade there. I just think, unfortunately, like, it didn't all come together into like a good story, a good narrative. Right. Thank you for listening. Let us know what you thought. Come over to @theCinemile on Instagram, Blue Sky, or email thecinemile@gmail.com. And finally, if you do like this podcast, please leave us a review wherever you listen. We greatly appreciate it.
And if you want more of this kind of stuff, head over to patreon.com/thecinemile, our exclusive Patreon page for all our hundreds of loyal listeners, where we do retro monthly movie reviews. We've just done 13 going on 30. We're doing another one, probably something spooky. We haven't decided yet. It's going to be up soon.
Or we might do Robert Redford classics.
Robert Redford, something like that. Or what else? TV, we just done an Alien Earth spoiler chat. Task, season 1, episodes 1 to 3 spoiler chat. Lots of stuff going on there. So patreon.com/thecinema. Bye.
Big strong man, I love you.
Think he wants your autograph.
Sure, no problem. No fighting.